Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes, and I've got a little different take on an envelope for you today. It's a relatively very easy project to make, but let me show you some that I've already got done. I've taken two greeting card envelopes and glued them together, and I glue them together a little bit different from other people, and opened up their ends so I've got big pockets, good pocket pages to just slip into your signatures. And what I've got on here is some printed rice paper, and then I just glued it on, and I've got a couple. And see, with the rice paper you can see the color of the envelope underneath it. And I believe both of these digitals came from Antique Paperie, I believe. And here's the other side of the digital. And then inside I've got another digital from a different person. It might be TLC Creates, I'm not quite sure. But this is one way to make them. And here's another one that I did, and I used music paper, and then I just collaged some little fabric, and I fussy cut out a picture of Little Boy Blue from a nursery rhyme book. And inside I stamped on this side, and then here I have a library pocket with another fussy cut, and the Jack and Jill card that I got from Pam at the Paper Outpost. So that worked perfect. And then on the back here I stamped again. So let me show you how I put these together. Let's scoot these out of the way. Try to hide some of the glare. And I'm going to use red ones today. I'm going to make it very similar to this one. And what I do is open up the envelope and fold the flap back on both of them. And I'm going to apply glue here and here, and then I'm going to lay it down like this. And then we're going to flip it over and do the other side. And I'm just going to use art glitter glue. You can use any kind of glue that you want to work with. I just want to stick it down so that I don't have any holes in my pocket. And now I'm just going to lay the two on top of each other, lining them up, and press it down. It's that simple. So now we've got this side, and see right now the envelope opens up here, where we're going to glue that shut. So we're going to just apply glue again. These are going to make great page inserts for my little golden book journals that I'm making. But these will work great for any journal that you're making. And I got a little bit too much glue right there. Got it. Then just flip it down and press it. And pin back in the glue. So now I'm going to cut the two edges open here. So I'm just going to fold it shut and just trim off a sliver here. See, not very much at all. And because it's a greeting card envelope, it's going to need a little touch-up of glue. So let's go ahead and seal that. And then on this side, let's get that little flap. And then what I'm going to do is put music paper on the side that has the closure. So let's grab the music paper and we're just going to slip it on here for some fit. Grab my tearing ruler, kind of eyeball it, and tear. And what about the length? It looks like I need to take some of the length off too. Not much though. So I'm going to use a flat surface and hold this down really hard so I can rip that. See, I'm just taking a little tiny bit off. So I really have to put the pressure on it. Okay, got that. Let's see how it fits. Looks like it'll be good. So I'm just going to roughly ink lightly on the edge. It is a very old music paper already, but I just want the edge a little more defined. That will be good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just use some Uhu glue stick and apply it so I get a nice good coverage. So I need that to stick. And just press it down. Okay, so I've got some fussy cutting of some stuff and some book page ripped out from this Dick and Jane reader. And I've got a label, and here's a little bit of gauzy fabric. And kind of figure out, I want probably the words just to break it up a little bit. That'll work. Just glue that down. Adding that book page just gives me a little bit more texture, breaks up the pattern. And I inked around it with walnut stain, so it shows up nice against that dark. And now I want to apply this fabric over the top. So I'm going to use 3-in-1 glue is what I've got open. Fabri-Tac, Fabri-Fix, Art Glitter Glue, anything you like. And I'm just going to put that down. And then I'm just going to go ahead and glue my little picture of the little boy, Billy, and his little boats. And I'm going to use the 3-in-1 glue again because it's sticking on the fabric. And this happens to be a reader from 1956. So it's got nice coarse paper with good aging. And then we'll just glue this down. And then we'll pop over to the inside, and I'm going to use some more book page here. It's like, where do I need to rip this? This side's not interesting, but here I've got some music notes, so I'm going to hang on to that. You never know, I might need it. You never know. And then I need to take a little bit off of the bottom again. And let's go ahead and hit that with walnut stain. You can use antique linen or vintage photo or black soot or gathered twigs, frayed burlap, anything, any color you like. Or nothing. That works too. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and use the glue stick again. And I like to turn it sideways so I can get an idea about centering it. It just works for me. doesn't have to be perfect. I just find that if I'm holding it wide, it's easier to put on rather than holding on the skinny side. It works better for me. Okay, now let's put a library pocket on here. And I've got a couple. Let's go ahead and use that. It's already inked up. I used walnut stain and black soot both on this to get this look. Okay. And then how about some cheesecloth? And here I've got another one of the little boats, the little yellow one with the turtle on it. So I'm going to just put some Fabri-Tac on here in the center a little bit, just kind of scoot it around, just to kind of hold that. Okay, and then just use some more of it on the back so that I can get it to stick down over that cheesecloth and through it to the paper. And I do have a video in my playlist of making the library pockets. And then I'll just go ahead and glue that down. I'm going to use, let's put the cap on this. They dry out for me if I don't cap them. I'm going to use some art glitter glue. Kind of center it a little bit, or press it down. And here I've got a tag. That'll work in there. Okay, let me show you how I do this two-tone inking. You probably already know how, but we'll go ahead and I just ink real liberal with the lighter one, the walnut stain I'm using this time. So it gets kind of a thick edge, a halo-y look on the corners. And then I'm going to take the black soot and just go on the edge. And these little ink daubers I have, these are handles that I made when I visited my mom and sister and brothers in Minnesota last summer. My brother showed me how to use a lathe, and so I just made myself a whole bunch of handles. Okay, and then this just fits in there. See, I didn't do the back side, but It just gives it a little bit more definition, a little more look, almost grungy. So now on this side, what we can do is we can use some, lined paper that you've got printed out. Or what I'm going to do is stamp. And I've got this line stamp that I got at 123 Stamp. That's what I'm going to use. And then I just need to find a color that'll show up on red. Let's go with the blue. Let's put that underneath because my stamp is wider than my envelope. You could decorate this side too, of course, but I want journaling room. Then I just press it down. And of course there's going to be other pages here because I'm just going to slide it into the signature. And there now I have lines. Let's flip it over to the back and do this one too. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to use a wet wipe and wipe that off right away because that Memento ink, yeah, it stays, it's permanent. And I would probably sit my project on it or something stupid like that because I just would. So I'll get that out of the way. So there, that's how I made the little envelope booklet, or the little pocket page out of 2 envelopes. So then you can put all kinds of goodies inside. But I just found that it works out so nice and easy for me. And otherwise, before, what I was doing is slipping them inside, and that works too if you slip it inside. But then I still have 1/2 that doesn't have anything back here, so I would probably glue it shut when I did my decorating because I would always forget. And then you'd still have a flap here too. But this way, I've got 2 sides that are really nice and clear. Makes it great for journaling. But that's my take on it. I want to thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.